Y'all need to get in tune because
It's a cultural conversation.
This is a cultural conversation.
It's a cultural conversation.
Yo, it's your boy Steph.
And this Logic's What Down? We motherfucking back. Episode 44.5, even though y'all probably feel like it should be like 46, 47.
First of all, I want to take full responsibility for why we haven't been recording. It's 100% my fault. I got a kid coming, and it's like I got 1,000 things I'm doing, and I ain't had time to record. It's just like, man, it's just a lot. Okay, y'all, it's a lot. Like, if we could record early in the day, then it would be easier, but we can't because of both our schedules. We both got kids and shit like that. We can't just go send everybody to a room for an hour and no shit like that. So, yeah, so it's kind of hard for me to do shit at night. I ain't gonna lie, after 5 o'clock, I be shutting my shit down. I be wanting to just sit down and not do shit. If anything, I just be wanting to cook at the very most. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go to no stove. I don't want to go get no weed. I don't want to go do shit. I don't want to download shit. I don't want to do shit. But
you said download shit?
Hell no. I don't want no motherfucker talking about you got to download this. You need to download this form. Man, fuck that form, man.
I thought you were talking about like games or some shit.
Shit, that too, because if I want to play the fucking game when I ain't, you know what I'm saying, after 5 o'clock, that's why I want to play the game for real. For the most part, I got a weird period of when I want to play the game. I don't want to play. I'll play in the morning, but I don't want to play late at night. Like right now, when I get done with this, I'm probably gonna play because I ain't got shit else to do. But most time, I'm probably gonna cut that shit off at like 11. I don't like playing the game at like 1 a.m. and shit like that. No,
yeah, that shit. If I've been up all day, my eyes start hurting and shit. Like for the most part, I don't do that no more.
No, you gotta see this TikTok.
Shit not fun.
TikTok's about it. There's TikTok about this man, and he like playing a game. He's like, when you start to wonder why are you still playing a game? You got work in the morning. It's like 1 a.m. It said 1 a.m. He like playing the game. He falling asleep and shit. He like, then they like, we're dropping. He's like, oh, okay. I think everybody had that moment where they kind of doze off in the game. Then they heard somebody say something. They're like, oh shit, I'm back. Right.
Yeah, I definitely done full blown fell asleep, like controller in hand, like just out of there. Usually it's when I'm on the couch though. That's why like niggas I play in the chair. What happened?
I follow
that shit crazy though. I feel like the baby should have been here by now, right?
His due date is on the 26th, but he acting like a fucking prick, and he want to just be out here damaging my girl. She all tired all the time, all type of shit. So it's a lot. It's a lot. It's like she can't really do a lot. He whooping her ass. I'm telling you, when he come out, Zoe gonna hold him up. We gonna jump his ass. I'm like, hold him up, Zoe. We gonna jump him. Everybody in my house.
We gonna jump him.
Yeah, for making our life so fucking hard. My daughter wasn't this fucking hard, man. Oh, yeah, Zoe, it wasn't this hard. It was just, we also had help, though. That's what I was telling her. Her mom was here, and I was like, I ain't had to come home and come wash dishes, or I ain't had to come home and try to cook. Her mom, like a cook. This motherfucker, she one of them people that could be on Ultimate Chef that can just get like 6 ingredients and make a gourmet meal out of it. It could be like random shit. Rice, egg noodle, cream soup, cream of mushroom soup, an onion, and bell pepper, and she didn't turn that shit into a fucking steak, okay? Like she that motherfucking cold, man. But when she was here, it was a whole lot easier, and she ain't here, so it's just me feeling the wrath of everything.
I'm talking about the wrath of everything. It'll all be over soon, and it'll all be worth it.
But yeah, speaking of wrath of everything, women don't like shit, man. I was It's like y'all don't like nothing, man. I know y'all be hearing us talk about women and stuff like it's just because some of this shit be mind-boggling, mainly because we men and y'all women and we think totally different. But y'all don't like shit, okay? Like y'all don't like nobody hollering at y'all. Y'all don't like nobody not hollering at y'all. Y'all don't like men that's fine. Like I have a cousin that came up here, the one that helped do the vocal for the new podcast intro, and she was like, yeah, this dude be acting feminine. And I was like, what? She's like, he be getting his nails done. I was like, do you like that? She was like, yes. I was like, well, why are you calling it feminine then? Don't
Right? What the
you know
fuck?
that discourage men from doing shit like that? Well,
And if
I
she like
mean,
it, why did? Because when did a feminine man ever become a compliment? So if she like it, why would she say it? Why would she use the term feminine?
that's why I'm talking about this shit right now, because they don't like shit. It ain't shit that you can do to fucking please their ass. They don't, man, look, I don't know, man. I see y'all women arguing on Facebook and shit, and y'all try to point y'all try to make y'all little points, right? And like in reality, I know it don't be that. Like y'all be like, for instance, y'all say shit like, we don't be mad at y'all when y'all ask me, are y'all mad at me? But when you keep asking me, that's when I get mad. How much fucking sense do that make?
None.
It don't make so cause for one, we only asking you. We don't just wake up, you mad today? We generally feel like you upset, like, and y'all being y'all the type that be like, what's wrong? Nothing. What's wrong?
Looking pathetic.
Right. Then 2 weeks later, you motherfucking talking about some. Well, 2 weeks ago, when you asked me what was wrong, there was really
I didn't want to
something
tell
wrong.
you, but
I didn't want to tell you. Look, their favorite shit is, I didn't want to hurt your feelings, and it don't got to be shit to do with you.
right.
I didn't want to hurt your feelings or I didn't want to argue. Look, man, men ain't gonna do that. That's why y'all think men fucking evil, because we just gonna tell y'all that shit right on damn near at the moment where we don't like the shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like it shit like that just don't make no sense. I'm asking you, are you upset? It's because I really think, if I'm your spouse, I really think you're doing something that make me think you upset. You know what I'm
And it
saying?
don't have to mean I'm asking because you upset with me. It don't
Yeah,
have to be about me, but your behavior is why I'm asking you this, and I'm continuing to ask, probably based off of your response of me initially asking, which is why
exactly.
I will ask again.
And
So to then be like, then now I got an attitude. It's like, so you mad because I care? Like
they
now
don't
you
like
upset at
shit.
me? Like, are you legitimately upset?
They don't
Like,
like shit. Look, G, like, what's crazy is first thing they talk about when you meet a new woman is they be like, I want a man that's caring and understanding, cares about my feelings, cares about my feelings, cares about my feelings. What you doing when you say, or is something wrong? Caring about her feelings. And what she do? Get mad because you caring about her
because you
fucking
care.
feelings.
Yeah.
It's so many things I could go down the line. But like I would love for one of y'all women to drop in some comments, cultural conversations _ what. Ooh, don't make me lie.
I mean, they can reach us on our Facebook page, but you was finna get an IG.
Yeah,
It's Culture Conversations _ right?
cultural conversations _ drop in on the comments on this episode when it get posted and tell us, help me, cause I don't really get what the fuck can a nigga do to please y'all? Like
Shit,
nothing at
work, pay
all.
bills, and die.
I told you that, man. I told you that, man. That's what the old man told me. That's what the old man
But
told
it's
me.
just weird because literally, like, if I get asked, is something wrong with me, and whatever reason you ask, and it's legitimately nothing wrong. If you ask me 2 to 3 times, I'm not gonna be mad.
Yeah.
Like, that's not gonna be my reaction after, even if you don't believe me. Like, because maybe you reading shit wrong for whatever reason. But it's just like, or maybe it's not that deep. Like, maybe the game just pissed me off and I don't feel like explaining why, or even just saying it because it doesn't matter to you. And it's just like, no, I'm good. And then you just got to frown. It's like, you sure? Like, no, I'm good. I'm good for real.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get mad because you keep asking, but I was like, no, for real, I'm good. I'm not finna like hold it against you and be like, well, now I'm mad because you keep asking. That shit goofy as hell. Imagine, imagine men using the logic women use in so many cases.
I got the perfect one that I didn't put in the notes. Okay, if we wanted to do the shit that women do, first of all, because they be talking about men and creepy culture, and I seen some shit about women talking about men got at least 2 or 3 fake rape bodies. It's like basically when you keep asking your girl, can you have something? She's like, here, dang coochie. Or like you be laying there and you just ease up in there or something like that. Since we got all this creep culture going on with us and shit like that and the behaviors of men, let's talk about some shit y'all women do. First of all, we got a hit single about a bitch being creepy as fuck.
Wait,
Alicia Keys what is it? Secrets.
Secret. What's
This
it called?
bitch,
Diary.
This bitch is sitting there begging for you to tell your most valuable information to her. For what? She just wants to know this shit.
And she just met him.
Right. Tell me your secrets. They're saved. If you don't get the fuck on, you nosy as shit, man.
And imagine the context. What would happen if a nigga made that song?
Man, it wouldn't be a hit. It wouldn't be a song we even know about. Nobody would care. Didn't want to be talking about why I need to tell you all my secrets, and that's the problem. Men think they need to know everything. Men think they need to control everything. Men, see, that's why you can't please them, man. That's why I get so lost. The bitch even told the man. She said, "If you can't sleep, call my phone number." I forgot the fucking phone number. I had the fucking lyrics.
677. What she say? Call 289-678. I don't know what the fuck she said.
You, and I'll be here. Come on, man. Stop it, man. Cut it out, man. You made a whole fucking song trying to beg a nigga for information, man. A nigga can never do that. A nigga could never do that. It was a nigga that posted. He was, I think, he worked somewhere. I think Walgreens or something. And he said, "You are beautiful." And he said, would you call me on her bag or receipt or something like that? And they had a big old ordeal on it. It's like, oh my God, you shouldn't do this. This is why women don't like.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And I'm like, what the fuck? If I'm never, at what point can a man talk to a woman?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. But that's bad for us. But you got this bitch Alicia Keys at a coffee shop calling a nigga talking about some, yeah, I noticed what you be eating every week. And I look different outside of this. Come see me. Like, get the fuck on, man. You a fucking creep, G.
Bro,
you a fucking creep. Nobody looked at Alicia.
Wow, he like, yeah, hit me up. All I get to see you is coming through the drive-thru or whatever. Like, just hit me up, whatever. How is that creepy if he want to talk to her because he attracted to her?
But Alicia Keys,
he ain't stalk her order or no shit like that.
She called this nigga. I don't even know how she got his number. She called him and she told this nigga, like, what if he married? He could be scared as shit.
You ain't spoke to him at all.
He could be scared. He could be scared as shit, but he a fucking weirdo because he was eating fish and hot chocolate. So he went right along with the stupid shit. Oh yeah,
that's what she liked.
Okay,
she like, oh, he a weirdo.
Talking about some. They say use water.
That's how she knew he was single.
With yours. Right, ain't no motherfucking woman, ain't no fucking man in no relationship eating no shit like that. To be honest, it's true. You change the way you eat when you're when I was single, dog, I was eating any fucking thing together. I eat taco shells and a hamburger. Taco shells, I would break them up and make them taco chips. I would turn them into tortilla chips and eat a fucking hamburger or some shit. Straight savage, G.
Bro, that's wild.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I will wake up in the middle of the night. I would drink some shit that's been sitting there. Like, man, I don't give a fuck. But you can't do that shit like that when you got a girl. You ain't no licking no plate or no. I ain't lick no plate. But I'm pretty sure that I've seen men. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing all that shit when you get a girl.
I was gonna say, I vividly remember myself licking plates at a point in time.
Yeah, you ain't doing. Imagine doing that shit.
Exactly. No. That
like,
shit's super dead. Exactly.
Oh, that's a turn off.
But I for a fact, I vividly remember I used to lick plates. Probably when I was still a teenager, maybe, or some shit. But I did that shit. Probably did it in college with my roommates in my room by myself or some shit, licking a plate.
You hit me? That buffalo sauce on the fucking plate. That leftover ranch or whatever hot sauce. All that shit, dog, it get crazy.
Back to the grease, boy. I was licking fat off them plates. I was licking straight fat off the plate.
Wrong, man. You gotta change your habits when you get a girl, man. What habits a girl gotta change when she get a man? None. Because she ain't gotta change shit.
That shit funny because, like I said, like you saying, like, imagine y'all go out and then, like, even as a man, you see a woman, she order fish and fucking chocolate. Like, you'd be like, the fuck is you doing? You sound like you want to be on the shitter. Like, why are you eating fish and chocolate?
That sounds like a horrible stomach.
Chocolate milk, whatever the fuck, like that. Ugh.
That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. So, you had something to say?
I was gonna say, I ain't know Ice-T was 63 years old, dog.
Ice-T was sick. You feel like he was supposed to be younger or older?
I just didn't know he was 63. He don't look 63. He don't act 60, but 63 is kind of old. Especially
Yeah,
when you got
my
niggas.
mama's 63.
Yeah, your mom
Ish.
don't look 63
She's
either.
60. She either 60. I think she's 65. Yeah, she don't. She doesn't. She doesn't.
Yeah, you wouldn't know your mom was 60. I don't think your mom
Yeah.
was like younger than that. I don't want to say no age because like at any age I say, it could be like, oh, they're still old. Like I could be like, yeah, I thought your mom was like 40, 49. I mean, nigga be like, well, that's almost 50. That's still old.
Yeah,
But
mom don't look that age. But yeah, he don't look that old. And I like you said, I just he been around for a minute though. When you think about that, like in that aspect, he been around for a minute, but he don't look that old.
because I be
Shit,
watching
funny you do
Criminal
that.
Minds and I see him and I just found out he was 63. I was like, damn, man.
Yeah, I ain't never watched that show a day in my life, so I couldn't even tell you what
What?
he looked like.
You know, not Criminal Minds,
Like
Law
what
and Order.
he looks like
Law
right
and
now.
Order, my
Like, I
bad.
don't even know.
Oh, you never watched Law and Order either?
No, I don't watch none of them crime shows. Not
What? Oh,
the serious ones.
no, they
I
pretty
watched
good.
Dexter and Lucifer.
I know, you know, I didn't see Dexter. I was gonna check Dexter out. I liked House, but House is like serious. It's a little bit more serious. You might, I don't know if you ever tried to watch SVU. That's the only one I watch. I don't watch the other Law and Order. I only watch SVU only.
Mm-hmm.
I watch them. Those are pretty cool. Them got some pretty cool stories and shit. Criminal Minds is cool too, but I like the characters on Law and Order. Your girl, do your girl watch Law and Order?
Nah, she used to watch House though.
Yeah, House
She watched House.
was cool, man. But what was I gonna say? Damn, I had a whole list of old niggas, but I don't know what happened to the list. But yeah. Also was going, what is this? Yeah, okay, we could switch over to what happened with Lakeith and Charlemagne.
Oh,
Cause I seen
man.
like Lakeith, they said Lakeith was like had a gun in the video and shit.
Bro, he's so damn childish. So this happened a little bit ago, but you know, this is in our realm, so it's kind of relevant. But yeah, so I mean, did you see the interview with Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah from the Breakfast Club?
Nah.
Basically, Charlotte threw a jab at him in that interview. He threw a jab at Lakeith, like, you know, he's like, I think he was born to play that role, you know, as a snake or whatever. And so Daniel Kaluuya, he defended him or whatever. And after that, Lakeith says, "You a hoe. This is what hoes do." And then he makes a TikTok putting a gun waving a gun in front of Charlotte picture. And, you know, I see niggas on, the reason I want to talk about it is because niggas was on social media like, Charlemagne got bitch, da, 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 da. I'm like, and they saying he's wrong in the situation. I'm like, y'all don't know how this shit started. And it's
I was going to say, how did it start? Why did Charlemagne throw a jab at
It's
him?
a little bit lengthy, but I don't want to make, long story short, from the beginning, Lakeith went on the Breakfast Club, and he kind of didn't take the interview serious. Like, it was a moment where Charlemagne was trying to talk to him about his old rap group. Like, he was like, what, you know, y'all was called the Moors. So, you know, you want to tell me about that? He was like, yeah, I was on some higher intellectual, spiritual, da-da-da-da-da. No, I was high. And then, like, kind of just blew off Charlemagne asking this serious question. And so I guess Charlemagne kind of, like, was poking fun at him after that point because it was like, you ain't serious.
Well, from what I know, I don't mean to cut you off. What I know, I did see Lakeith try to rap before, and Charlemagne was like, that's whack.
That's whack, right? And I mean,
so I mean, I would.
No.
I mean, that's cool, but I'm not defending Lakeith. But I mean, I'm not finna really explain shit to nobody that I think don't have an interest in the shit that I'm doing.
But it sounded like a legit interest.
Like,
I don't know if you believe him or not, but it's just like So that happened before the interview?
I don't know. That's what I was gonna ask you because I know the Lakeith interview
happened,
I know is
I don't
old.
remember which happened first.
The Lakeith one I know is old, and this before Snowfall. I mean, not before Snowfall. This was what the fuck was he on? I forgot what movie it was. This was probably his first one. So I'm not sure how many times he's been on Breakfast Club, but
I think twice.
Like me personally, like if you don't got an interest in the shit that I do,
no,
like
that's perfectly fine. My baby, go ahead.
Like if I'm rapping and like I'm doing like. It's a difference between like a regular nigga like I really don't fuck with that kind of rap versus like the way Charlemagne do stuff. you know. And I love Charlamagne, you know what I'm saying? And like, I just don't really fuck with the like. Even on Brilliant Idiots, I don't like the way how he kind of cut Andrew off, or like kind of make like Andrew would say some shit and he's like whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like to me, I just feel like what do you think? Where everything you say is like this the perfect way, or like some shit like that, like.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I ain't.
Like, I don't fuck with when he do that. Like, if he ain't like his shit, he literally went. The man was rapping. They asked him to rap. He said, I don't like it. I ain't like it. I mean, that's fine. You don't gotta like it. But like I told my mans the other day, I said, man, everything you say can offend somebody. You know, I mean, it's offending somebody. Everything you say, even if you say, I don't want to be fat, you offended fat people somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And you're not even trying to. You could have. They could take it offensive. Like, what are you saying? Fat people not somebody you shouldn't want to be, or you know what I'm saying? Or fat people not. So it's so many ways you could twist and turn stuff. And that's why I told my brother and them. I said, man, I try to not. When I say stuff, when people bring me stuff, like my brother be telling me something about life, I try to not answer it in a way where it's like I'm being mean. I try to just be the nicest ever. Like
how you,
just
how
like J. Cole said with the whole no name thing, he said we should treat everybody like children. That means be patient with everybody. And we don't do that. Like, so long story short, by Charlamagne just not tailoring his message a little better, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't know what Lakeith is like. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, when it comes to rap, I kind of don't care with I don't even want to share it with you. You know, you don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about, I can see if you saying like your homeboy that sent us his music for a review. You know what I'm saying? We was like, well, we don't like the way you did this. And the way he was like, I bet I fuck with y'all. Still fucking with us. Still liking our posts on Facebook. That's way different than us. Like, this shit was just whack, bro. Just hang it up, bro. Why'd you rap? Like, it's a different energy. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead with the story. I'm sorry I got long-winded on that, but
you're good. But yeah, so to that, I think at the end of the day, what the issue turned out being after it is because it's like, okay, Lakeith then said the Breakfast Club is toxic to the black community and compared it to the Shade Room and Lipstick Alley, which I think is really false. I don't think that's fair to say. So Charlamagne gave him Donkey of the Day for that. He like, you know, we ain't perfect. He said, we ain't perfect. We ain't gonna act like we've always had it right. But you're not finna sit here and just say the Breakfast Club is anti-black and it's a cesspool of negativity and all this stuff. Because we got a balance of, you know, educating and furthering black people, and we have fun too. You know what I'm saying? Crack jokes, talk about rapping bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not finna just. You're not gonna compare the Breakfast Club to the Shade Room. I don't think that's fair. So he gave him Donkey of the Day for that. Then Lakeith made a little video rebuttaling everything Charlamagne said in Donkey of the Day, which to me didn't make sense. He made a diss song. Charlamagne ain't say nothing to none of that. Then he made a diss song, right? Yeah, he put his face on a black face. On the minstrel show picture, he put a Charlamagne face on it and shit. Charlamagne ain't responding to that, so he threw his jab at the with Daniel Kaluuya. He threw his jab. At the end of the day, it's the fact that Lakeith is acting like he's above getting talked about when he puts that energy out too. And that's what I was like, Lakeith is doing lame shit and then want to act like he's this savior to black, like he really cares about black people. And Charlamagne just as petty too. He petty because he throwing jabs, he's going back and forth with him. But Lakeith is like, he made that post as if he's like doing something more for black people than the Breakfast Club. Now I ain't saying he's not, but it isn't overt. You know what I'm saying? So for you to say that, it's like, where are you even getting that from with the Breakfast Club? Are you still talking about the Little Mama interview? How long ago was that? They don't do shit like that no more.
Yeah, I think
you know
they
what
just
I'm
need
saying?
to fight.
So he said they need to fight. I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't know. This shit probably dead, but I just feel like it's like you can't. And you know, he done made public statements about Kamala Harris' hair, and then they jumped on him about that. He like, I could say what I want, and y'all ain't gonna do nothing about it. So keep that energy. Motherfuckers gonna say what they want, and you.
What he said about her hair?
He said he ain't like it. He was talking about how her hair looked at one of the debates, and you know, social media got on him about that.
They say he can't say he don't like her hair.
I mean, I think he was like cracked, like more than like it was more than just like I don't like her hair. It was like making fun of her, and then you know, black women gonna be like, you black queen, you ain't gonna talk about us, and, you know, all that.
I thought he just said I don't like her hair. I was about to say
no, it wasn't that simple. He was like going on her. So it's just like, people gonna have shit to say about what you say. So when it happens to you, don't act like, you know what I'm saying, you was an innocent bystander. Because you already said you're gonna say what you want. Nobody gonna do nothing about it. That's where a lot of people feel that way. And you're
Yeah.
gonna lose this one because he's in media and you're an actor. And now you're waving a gun in the front of a picture of him, bro. Now you look crazy. You literally look crazy
That's
now.
why I think they need to just fight. To be honest,
I wouldn't be
you
against
only
that.
you only you only
I'd hate
get
to see that.
to the part to you only get that petty when you really, really don't like somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where it started. It's almost like to the point where like I can't hit you, so I'm gonna just keep doing little petty shit and just more petty
Mhm.
shit. So I think they just need to fucking fight because he don't like Charlamagne for whatever reason. And Charlamagne, I ain't gonna say Charlamagne don't like him, but
Yeah, he said he
Charlamagne
ain't got no problem with
is
him, but
his prime instigator. You know what I'm saying? So whatever feather he rather whatever feather he fluffered of Lakeith is just
ruffled.
it really ruffled of Lakeith. It really fucked him up, man. Like he really ain't like whatever it was he did because
Yeah.
I don't hear about him nowhere else really like that, really popping off and doing crazy shit. You don't get no motherfucking TikTok and put a gun and put it in front of
That shit just weird.
nobody unless you really want to fight him. Like it'd be fucked up if you fight him and you lose, but but yeah, they just need to fucking scrap, man. At this point, man, for real.
Yeah, I think it's over with though at this point.
Now Kevin Samuels, I keep saying everything about Kevin Samuels.
Man.
I haven't had no time to watch none of this dude videos, but
That man is
he like a
changing the
savior?
world one video at a time.
What the fuck is he on there talking about?
Bro, I just wish you just gotta find time to watch one clip. You ain't gotta watch this whole 2-hour show, but you need to just find one clip. But this went perfectly with what we was talking about earlier. The man, first of all, he's not like a dating coach or anything or a matchmaker. He's an image consultant. I don't know how his show started or how it became what it is now, but basically women call him basically either he has a segment called Disagree With Me, which, maybe that's where it came from. And it's also like women trying to figure out what they need to do to be married if that's what they want, and a lot of people, it's people that like him, it's people that hate him. And most of the people that hate him, they say is because he's mean and what he's saying isn't true. But he don't be lying. And I think that women just don't want to accept that he's giving the harshest truth you've ever heard. He's like,
I'm gonna just say this. I got before you start, I got a good idea of like how he talking. He probably sound like all the boys when no girls are around.
Yes.
Sound like all the boys because man,
he's how the niggas talk when there's no women. So it's just like it's like women be calling, like, first of all, I've always said, like, every woman think they a prize. Every woman think they the best thing walking on this earth. Every woman think that they deserves everything that they ever wanted in life because they're special. I've said this before. Mm-hmm. So when these women call, he be like, how old are you? I'm 27. How many? You got any kids? I got 2. Do you want a high value man? Yes. And to him, high value man is a man who makes like 6 digits, has connections with other high value people, and he's not saying they're good or the best man. They're just considered high value. That's the term. It's not like these are the best men on earth. So, and they'll call and they'll just be like, I want one. And he'll be like, why do you think you deserve that? Because I went to college and I make 6 figures. He like, we don't care how much money you make. He's like, why would we care about your money if we don't have access to it? He's like, high value men can create their own family with a younger woman with no kids that look better. You know what I'm saying? He tells them like men want women that look, like 9s and 10s. High value men, they look at women as 9s and 10s. They look for women that ain't got baby daddies, they ain't got kids, they ain't got, they basically, he lets women know, like, as you get older, your value decreases to men. And these women are getting older and they're looking to try to quote unquote upgrade instead of like not marrying a baby daddy or not getting married sooner or whatever. And then a lot of these women somehow always been turning down proposals. I'm like, some of them be like, I turned down 2 proposals. And I'm like, fuck out of here. You lying. I don't believe that. But So basically, his message, he just be trying to get the point across that people need to know where they at in life and try to meet people where they at. Because it's like, if you a 7, try to date. Well, he said you can't use 7. If you a 6, try to date a 6. You know what I'm saying? And just if you, and he breaks down the percentages of men, and then on top of that, black men that make like, they'd be like, oh, I want a man that makes 80,000 a year. He's like, you know, the percentage of that of where you live is like 6%. And why do you think they want you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's the truth. It's like, they don't have to deal with everything you come with, especially when they come on there with a bad energy. He really be on.
I gotta listen to him because it sounds like his messaging might be just a little bit too much.
Bro, it is. But I'm sorry, you gonna be like,
I mean, a little bit excessive. I mean, yeah, but like all that. How many men? What state you in? It's 8%. Like that's just so excessive.
No. Like, because the thing is, like, I know it sounds like it's like he's being meticulous, and it's like
I get it. Well, I get what he's trying to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
but it's excessive.
It is. But he's trying to make the reason it's excessive is because a lot of women call with this overinflated sense of themselves.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So he really has to bring people to reality. That's when I keep watching it, I'm like, all he's doing is trying to bring you back to reality because they really have the girl calling talking about, he's like, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rank yourself? You can't use 7. He always say that. She'd be like, a 10, I'm a 10. And Shorty was like a solid 4. She was like a 4 or 5. And you know, they're like, I feel like I'm a 10. He's like, I don't care what you feel like. The world ain't gonna see that. He like, you don't have nothing to show for you being a 10. He's like, well, are you a supermodel? He's like, she's like, no. But people ask me, do I model? He like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, I carry myself like a 10. He's like, but you're not a 10.
I don't know, man. Because okay, so this is the thing with
I wish
that.
you seen it, but
that's why I gotta watch him and see what he say, because like to me, like honestly, man, especially with guys like me and you, 10s is like probably not his 10s. Our 10s probably not his 10s. You know what I'm saying? Because he's asking them like, are you a supermodel and this and that? And niggas like me and you like, we like, okay, as long as you don't not cross-eyed and we actually like your personality, you're a 10. You know what I'm saying? So like,
you know you ain't gonna call anybody a 10.
No, but like, no, I mean,
and he's talking about looks. He ain't talking about personality.
Yeah, I mean, but looks only go so far. You know,
he's talking about, because the issue is they want these men that they have no way of obtaining. So what are you doing that makes a man of this status and you're not nowhere near this? Why do you
have you
feel
seen
like
Candace Parker's husband?
No, but that's the thing. She's probably above him on a status scale.
So this the point I'm making.
Right?
Like, he was in the NBA, but he washed like a motherfucker. She's popping in the WNBA.
And see, he's still
on
up
the second
there,
thing.
He's not.
Nah, he not up there. He was a fucking bust.
I mean, like, he was in the NBA, so he
played like 1 year, and he's like on the bust list. If you look up top 20 bust, he on there. He made money, but he's not nobody. Nobody gonna be like, yeah, Sheldon Williams. They're gonna be like, he played for the Celtics. But anyway, he don't look like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know Candace Parker is one of the baddest motherfucking women playing in the WNBA.
Right.
And that's why, like, the thing is, like, looks, it just depends. That's why I gotta watch him.
Yeah, you do.
But I don't really like the judging off of looks, which you could consider a 10. Because if, like, I hate to say this. Every one of our moms, not everyone, a lot of our moms are like overweight. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of our dads are not overweight. So it's like, and a lot of dads like.
He says that too. So
it's like. I mean, I don't really get how you can gauge a 10 off a look, because like I know my mama not no motherfucking 10.
Because
my dad will tell you she a 10, because like everything he love about her, not even the relationship, but like my mom was never. I don't want to say that, but like if I'm being honest, like mom not a supermodel, but if you let my dad ask it, if you tell my dad right now, if you never met him and you met him on the first day when you met my mom, the man will sit there and just talk about my mom all day. Man, your mom's so beautiful, man. You know, man, yeah, she's the most beautiful woman out there. And it's like, I know she ain't a supermodel, so it's like, how can he just go tell somebody like, you ain't no 10? That shit, I don't know.
Listen, because he's not saying that they're like not attractive. He's saying because for one, there is a science to beauty. And remember, nothing applies to everybody. So everybody's not gonna be like, oh, she's a 10. Like that's not gonna ever happen.
Yeah.
Like
Because
some
everybody
people,
love Meg Thee Stallion, and I'm
you
just
know,
like, she alright.
I don't think she's a 10. She looks good, but she's not a 10. You know what I'm saying? Like he like on his, like him personally, he'll be like Rihanna's a 10, Kelly Rowland's a 9, Beyonce's a 8. So are you telling me nobody that like that, but hear me out. Like that's what he says as a standard, just as an example. And I'm not saying this is the end all be all.
That's a bad example.
But listen, I get what he's saying, bro. I think
I think I'm gonna get what he's
9, 8,
saying.
I think Rihanna looks better than both. I think Kelly looks better than Beyonce. So like, and I'm not saying every man agrees with me, but I get the scope of what he's trying to say, and he puts it in perspective for these women. Because if you saw that girl that was saying she was a 10, he's like, so you up there with Rihanna in your opinion? And she's like, yeah, I'm not intimidated by nobody. And it's like, women don't be wanting
That's
to back
kind of
down.
mean,
It's like,
though, dude.
it
You can't tell nobody they're not a 10 if they think they're a 10.
but that's fine. Yeah, you can't tell nobody whatever they want to believe, bro. But that don't change how the world sees them.
That's how I think. I think that's the problem right there when he uses the world when it's like what do they say? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, but
it's-
it's not negating that she can't find anybody. It's not saying she's unattractive. It's saying that, like I said, the reason that he has to go hard is because they sound delusional about what they're trying to say and what they want to obtain and what they have to offer. You know what I'm saying? Like the issue is not like he's just trying to hurt these women's feeling. It's like,
I get it, but
if you got 100 men, chances are then and they were gonna be 100% honest and not trying to hurt her feelings. Niggas is not finna give. Most is not gonna give her a 10. And she can feel like she's a 10 all she want, but if you get a bunch of men, they're not gonna say she's a 10.
But did she just say she was a 10 based off of just pure looks?
Yes, he said just in the face. He's like, I'm not talking about body, I'm not talking about status or your personality. He's just saying your face, because the goal is to make them understand that a lot of, again, nothing applies to everybody. It's always general because, you know, probability means more than possibility.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I always say that. I'm like, probability means more than possibilities. You know what I'm saying? We could possibly be billionaires, but the probability is very fucking low. So if you walk down the street and, you know, the average guy, this, you know, he ain't got no money, ain't got no status, just a regular dude, sees this girl and like he's like she's a 5. Why would a man with a high status, probably the probability of a man with a high status is low?
Gee.
And it's not to say it's impossible.
Okay, wait.
It's nothing's impossible.
Wait. Have you seen what the fuck is this nigga? What was Donald Trump vice president name?
Mike Pence.
Yeah, have you seen his family? Have you seen any of these old white niggas' wives, first of all?
Yeah, a lot of these people ugly. Look, people get married to ugly people every day.
Listen,
but that's what I'm saying. It's all about it's all about
these women are ass ugly. They look like their breath smell like ass.
And also, we don't know what they look like when they was younger too.
That's very true.
In a lot of cases.
That's very true. But some of these people been married twice. These they second marriage. So they married this bitch at 40 years old.
Also, you know, I feel like we're not in that scope of like the celebrity lifestyle. Probably like people that's famous. I think they operate completely different. Like I don't think Jay-Z and Beyonce are in love. I think they built something. I don't think they're like this happy-go-lucky couple that gaze in each other's eyes and have sex because there's so much sexual tension and she thinks he's just the best man to walk earth for her and he feels that way. I don't believe that. I think they married each other because it was a bigger goal.
Why do you think
really
that?
believe that?
I ain't never thought about that. But why do you think that?
Bro, it makes, because it's too perfect. You know? It's like
whoa.
Rap. What?
How is it too? Where's the perfectness?
The king of rap married the queen of R&B. That's what I mean.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, it's almost like I don't know, Michael Jackson marrying like Whitney Houston. I don't know. It's just. I'm not saying
I
that.
wouldn't see that one coming.
but I'm just saying, like, it to me, it just, especially because Jay-Z's business acumen is so top tier. I think their marriage is more transactional
But he,
than romantic. That's just my opinion. I could be
I
totally
don't
fucking
know,
wrong.
but I be
Could be totally
listening
wrong,
to
but
them,
I
and
just think
he be
that.
saying that if you listen to his songs, when you listen to what he say, like she really transformed him. Like he got songs where he talk about like how he was doing certain things, and he'll be like, "I stopped because you wasn't fucking with it." You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know if he
I'm
just
not
sitting there
look.
and
I could
they
be
like,
wrong as fuck. I
and they
just feel that way.
yeah, like a lot of his songs, like if you look at the growth of Jay-Z, Charlamagne talk about it a lot too. You know what I'm saying about like the growth of Jay-Z, and a lot of it was like being with Beyonce and dealing with certain things, like how she, because you gotta realize, if you like hair, if you top caliber, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of things you may be doing differently than somebody else he may have been dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And if he really was, if they really are in love, he want to keep that, he gonna start to incorporate that shit too. Like we just talked about, like you ain't gonna lick no plate once you start living with your girl. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff that he could possibly be helping with. Like for example, like when you got a good girl, like you only start to soar for the most part. Like for example, I know you. I don't even know if I know you trying to do something with food, right? And I remember when I had said something, I was like, maybe you should sell this, and then your girl jumped all over. She's like, he already doing it. We doing this and this, and we set our prices, and I was just imagining. I was like, when he started doing this, she gonna be right there. He making the crab. She trying to make the sauce and all of that shit like that. And what that's gonna do is you able to put out more orders. You able to be more successful. You know what I'm saying? And if you like we both know, like I just said, like we both, like you said before, like you really admire your girl and you really admire, like she's different. You know what I'm saying? Just like as my girl is, right? Every girl not gonna get in that kitchen and do that shit with you. You know what I'm saying? You could sit there and you could be like, hey, I got an idea that's gonna make us some more money, and they're gonna be sitting there like, why you doing all of this time about you ain't spending time with us? You know what I'm saying? They flipping it to now you ain't spending time with them and you in there grinding it out for, you know what I'm saying, for the fam. And it's just the vision, you know what I'm saying? I think maybe Jay and maybe they both may have a missing piece to complete the other, low key. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds crazy because like you said, it's the king and it's the queen, but like they probably like might be a sister. Like now he like a billionaire. Like I can't really sit here and say like I could see him really doing that without Jay, because I don't know what influence she had on him and having him be like, Dame, this is his 5th time doing this to you. You know, I told you before, maybe Dame ain't, your friend, like, you know what I'm saying? And maybe that got that ball rolling in,
Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm not saying I
ain't never thought about
I got a reason to believe it. I just do because it just seems too fitting. It seems perfect. They gonna have their kids, so they be, especially with his concern of building Black prosperity, and you know what I'm saying, so you can hand your family down shit so we can get out of where we at. I just kind of feel like their marriage is more for the longevity of Black people's progress than the love. I'm not saying they don't care about each other or they don't love each other, or you know what I'm saying, or they only have sex to produce children. I'm just saying, like, I think that was a bigger driving force, because I mean, and that could be because I think that marriage is more of a business than a romance thing. I do, I think that it should be
you
before
ain't
the
shit you
love.
can do to keep women fucking happy. Of course
You
it's
said what?
Of course it's not about love. You can't, women never fucking happy. Of course it's not about fucking love.
Like, I love you, baby. But if
Yeah.
you love me, nah.
I think we just see 100% more of business and 0% of their romance.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
thing.
saying. That could play a part because they not like Russell and Sierra. You know what I'm saying? They don't always put their love on display, and that's perfectly fine.
I don't do that either, though. To be honest,
Yeah,
I don't be trying to I don't make
I don't put
when
my
it's my
business
girl
out.
birthday, I don't be making these long Facebook posts, and I just like today my dad's birthday. My brother tagged my dad and made it. I'm just like, I'm not doing it, man.
Yeah,
I don't do that
I don't
shit.
do my mom birthday. She not on my
She on
Facebook. She
Facebook.
not gonna see it. It's for her. I mean, I'm the same way. Like I don't care to blast everything that's going on in my life or how I feel.
Now we'll post a picture of her, but I don't tag her.
Yeah, like I mean,
Especially now.
it ain't. You know, it's regardless. Like because we all know that together. It's not like he got to prove that. But I just the seeing how he moves and just seeing that she moves in the same fashion. She good. Her business acumen is great too. So I just think that their marriage is a lot of it is based on business versus love. And I don't care. I'm not. I ain't saying it's a bad thing because shit. Look at Kanye and Kim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Two
it's just
people
like
that was posting their shit before about, you know what I'm saying?
exactly. So
What's the name said, what the fuck is this black dude name? Fuck, man. He been married like 15 years. A lot of the black actors that we look up to that we not look up to, but all the women be lusting about that have been married for like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? They be like, well, the secret is just like, we just, like, they don't really be like, what the fuck is his name? Not
low
Omar
key.
Epps. Omar Epps. Yeah, Omar Epps. He been married like 20-something, 30 years or something.
Yeah, because a lot of these niggas, you wouldn't know what their relationship status is.
Yeah.
You
And
don't
I
never
just think
see like the Shamar Moores, the Omar Epps,
all the men and women,
Terrence Howard.
all the men and women lust about.
Yeah,
They
you
all
don't know
married.
a lot. They be real.
They been
low key
married
about
for
that shit.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
think there might be the fucking wave. The
Mm.
fuck Dr. Carhart.
He said Carhart.
Carl Hart. I'm
Hart.
about to say, is he a coat? Like
I definitely got to hear your opinion on this.
drug use.
So you ain't know nothing about this either?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so basically, Dr. Carhart is his title is really long. He's a teacher at a university, I forgot which one. And he wrote a book basically trying to get people to understand. Basically, okay, he has a goal to he wants government regulated drugs. So drugs are decriminalized, drug use is decriminalized, and he's trying to basically get government regulation because drugs aren't the issue, it's the use. So he basically admitted to using meth and heroin, and he said he's used almost every drug, and there are functioning people on meth, there's people that function on heroin, there's people that function off of all these things, right? And it is a fact. Like people do meth or heroin and are fully functional, and he don't look crazy. He looks, he's not even like addicted. He's done it. That's all he said. So
yeah, I was gonna say now it's just variables to it, but
right, it's a lot of, and that's what he talks about. So he was on the Breakfast Club, and he was on there basically trying to say his message ain't do drugs, because it's okay. His message is the reality of it is we've been trying so long to say no to drugs. At least if people are going, just like you don't drink, don't have sex. If you're gonna do it, please be responsible. So if the government is regulating drugs the same way you regulate liquor, the same way you regulate cigarettes, he's saying like he's not saying like it's easy.
No, I get it. It just sounds funny as hell.
It does sound funny. It does. So he just wants to at least, because he's saying in other countries it works. There's
crack moderately.
because he's like I'm not buying heroin off the street. He's like I literally get it tested, and it came into a conversation of the culture difference because he has resources that everybody don't have. And I get that, but he's trying to change that. So he's like, I've been to these other countries where you literally go into a store and buy heroin and use it, and it's tested and it's regulated.
What country is this?
I forgot where the fuck he said he went.
I can't think of.
There's countries where you could literally buy drugs because it's regulated. And he's saying that since he knows that that's a thing, he wants to implement it here because the reality of it is you're not going to get every American or person to never take drugs. And if you're going to take it, at least have a way to make it safer. You know what I'm saying? Him saying that not making me want to go do meth. But I wanted to talk about it because I know, you got a lot of experience with drug users and stuff like that, more than I have personally. And when he was on there, they was hammering at him like, I'm not telling nobody to use drugs. He's never at no point said use drugs because it can be safe.
Yeah, I think it's a
Saying
terrible
that
fucking idea.
the reality, because the reality is there are people that's going to use it. So if that's
Yeah.
ever going to happen, at the very minimum, make it
But guess
possible
what
for them
happened?
to not kill themselves.
Okay, I tell you the difference in that. Okay, so you got drugs at whatever store, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so whatever drug it is, just always realize that that person is attached to a family. Okay, so this not marijuana or nothing like that. These are highly addictive drugs, you know what I'm saying, that make people sometimes act different. You know what I'm saying? They do like these are drugs that people will go steal from their mama to go get. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I don't think putting them in the store is a good idea. Reason why I think it's good that they're illegal is okay, you're not gonna get everybody to stop using drugs, but guess what happened? There's so many stories. It's a dude, I know you don't watch Vlad, but there's a dude on Vlad that he was one of the first people, one of the first cases of child murderers that was in Texas. He was like one of the first cases of kids killing, right? And he talked about how the juvenile system, like, it kind of changed him. He was like, it made him a little bit more positive and shit like that because of all the resources and shit that they had in there. And not only that, like he was like, sometimes you need to sit by yourself and you know what I'm saying, talk to other crazy motherfuckers if that make any sense. But what happens is, you got your little drugs out here, they're illegal. You didn't cop your drugs, boop boop, police pull you over. Now you in jail for drugs, which is now you got time to detox, which is now you got time to figure out like you might not want this shit. It's a lot of people that I've been in NA meetings and a lot of them niggas get off of drugs and a lot of people change a lot of the bullshit they do when they go to jail. Not saying that jail is the place to go get reconditioned, because the way that they do stuff in jail is fucked up. You honestly just change the way you do shit in jail because you don't want to go back because it's so fucked up. That's it. You don't go get reformed because they teach you stuff. You come out still mentally fucked up. You just don't want to go to jail again because you know it's so fucked up. It's like you touch a motherfucking stove one time, you like, I ain't never touching that again. You see a hot stove, you like, I ain't touching it. I get something else to touch it or get put over there on that stove so I can move around it so I don't get burned. But yeah, when it's by being illegal, man, you just got chances of people going to jail and ultimately getting a chance to change. Is just if it's there, it's just like I don't really see no reason that's gonna make nobody stop. It's really hard to make a person addicted to crack and heroin to stop. It usually takes something. Okay, I tell you that from experience. It usually takes for something to happen for them to be like, all right, I need to stop. This nigga almost died, or their mama almost died, or their mama died, or like I said, they went to jail. It's very, very rare that they wake up and they just say, I'm done with this. Cause you can't quit cold turkey, one. So you gonna have to go get help from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's very hard when it's like at the store and there's nothing that's stopping you. Cause the reason why you couldn't go get crack, cause maybe your dealer locked up, or maybe the police all around, or it could be a whole number of reasons because of it being illegal that made you not go get it. You know what I'm saying? Or made it not be that accessible for you, unless the nigga live in your apartment building. You know what I'm saying? But if it's at the store, it ain't going nowhere, man. It ain't going nowhere.
It's not. But imagine if none of that even had to be an option. Jail, having to turn your life around, killing children, robbing your mama. The thing is, people we abuse, like you said, none of it's ever going anywhere.
They gonna do that if it's in the stove.
It wouldn't improve. You could abuse anything. You can abuse anything. You know what I'm saying? Drunk driving. People get drunk, or just alcoholics.
But I don't agree with alcohol.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine. You know what I'm saying? And I fully get it. But would you rather have alcohol regulated or not? Would you rather have cigarettes regulated or not?
I would rather it be illegal.
I do feel the same way too. I feel like, okay, but even with it being illegal, I don't think people even need to go to jail if they become addicted. I don't feel like, because you're not helping them. You're not helping them.
You don't.
But,
I mean,
but as long as you consistent, you know what I'm saying. You consistent. You like, I wish it was illegal, and that's fair if you consistent with that. You know what I'm saying. But I think that if we can't, if you can't eradicate it, the best thing you could do is regulate it. I think it would drastically lower the number of any of these things that we deem bad.
Like
You know what I'm
what?
saying? Like there wouldn't be as many crackheads if some crackheads could have gotten a crack that was government regulated and tested to not be addictive unless you abuse it like anything
I
else.
don't.
To
I
where
don't
if you
get it.
go,
I don't get how you
because
not
I
gonna have
think
as many.
this is also what he's saying, that it's a stigma around certain drugs. I don't, he studied it. There's the stigma around drugs that it's like you take heroin when you get addicted. It's possible, but it's not the case all the time, which is why there's people that have done it and not addicted and can function. So he's saying that
Okay, all right, let
if
me
these
just say this
drugs
real
are
quick.
made and distributed correctly, the likeliness of addiction and abuse is lowered because it's not as accessible.
What does he think they're making? What is he saying they're making drugs with now?
That he didn't get into the specificities of ingredients and
So
stuff.
if
He's studied it for 25 years. That's why he's used everything and
I
never
studied it
become
for
addicted.
almost 30 years, so I
Well,
know.
you didn't use the shit.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying. He's literally used and studied it. Like that's what he
so he
does.
studied
at
it for
college.
25 years. He's used
Yes,
he's used drugs for 25 years.
yes.
Not
That's what.
okay.
What you
Go
say?
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, he at the university he's worked at for 25 years. He's been using and studying how they affect you and how they're made and all that stuff. He didn't
So
like
he not using them. He not using them every day.
right. He's not just at
Okay.
home like getting high because it's Tuesday. That's not what he do. You know what I'm saying? And also, he was saying like, yes, some people turn to it to relax. He's like, I'm not saying that should be your go-to. He's not promoting drug use. He's saying
I just want to know where is he getting his? If he's in America, you say he's a
teacher here, but yeah, he does. That was the argument.
Where
People have
has he
resources
been?
to get good drugs.
Where has he been? That's what I'm trying to say. Where are you getting clean drugs there for 25 years straight?
That's the real
That
issue.
sounds like some BS.
No, that's the real issue. Nobody has resources to get clean drugs. So I guess that's
what is a clean drug? I'm trying to. I don't get what.
Just like you could buy laced weed. You know what I'm saying? You could buy weed.
That's different. Laced weed is another drug. That's not like alter. It's another drug.
It's basically getting the cheapest version. Like when people buy meth and heroin off the street, you're getting the cheapest version of its existence.
No, meth I can get, because meth you can go make out of toilet bowl cleaners and all this other stuff. But crack and heroin is the only thing you can really do is cut it and make it like less potent.
But I mean, I think that's to our knowledge. I think that's what we know. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I think if the man, I don't know, but
okay,
like
so do you know they got testing kits for cocaine? I mean, for cocaine and stuff. You know that
doesn't surprise me.
When people go get cocaine and stuff, you ain't never heard of nobody mention numbers. They're like, oh, this a 9, this a 7, this a 8. That's the purity of the cocaine. So it's not like these niggas in the street just pulling shit out of nowhere. That's why I'm like, what is he talking about? This is the same stuff that the police and FBI, they all go to and they say, like when you seen Frank Lucas, I don't know, American Gangster, you seen that, right?
Yeah.
You seen when they was talking about the purity of his cocaine, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. So you mean tell me, like, if they sit here telling me, is this pure? I got a test kit right here that everybody use and tell me that is this pure, that this still not real drugs?
No,
I don't get it.
See, you are saying cocaine. Cocaine isn't as addictive as crack.
Cocaine and crack is the same thing.
Right,
you use cocaine to make crack. You use cocaine, but that's
the distinction. Remember?
What do you say? I'm so confused on what you're saying.
You use it to make crack, and cocaine is not as addictive as crack. Like most people on crack be strung out and fucked up. Most cases.
Crack is it's like a
That's why you think motherfuckers be doing them lines. We watch shows all the time. Motherfuckers do lines and do whatever the fuck. They don't be addicted. They
are addicted to. Man, you gotta meet some coke users, bro.
No, like, I'm not. No. I'm not saying you can't get addicted. I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying that
most people that do look. I'm gonna tell you this. Most people that do coke, it's very, very rare and few that you gonna do coke and you one and done. Most people.
No, I'm not saying that.
Most people that's doing coke, they're doing coke more than once. It's very few times. You know how many? And this is the thing. I sat in so many NA meetings and heard all these people's stories about them fighting with drugs and stuff like this. I hear from people in the streets. I hear from relatives and people like, and the first thing they tell you is like, it's very addictive. They like it's you get addicted off your first hit. Is the story they'll tell you. It's like you always chasing that first high. So like, I mean, I could get not being addicted, but man, I'm sorry, man. Everybody I know with that's been in that life is from that first hit. That first hit is the reason why they was on their whole journey. So I don't know what he talking about. He talking about it's not addictive. And it's not even just black people. I know white people, Hispanic people. I don't know nobody, G. I don't know nobody. I swear to God, I only know my uncle that did a drug like that. He did Harold, he did crack one time and his heart exploded and he died. Everybody else I know got addicted to that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry I sound a little bit more defensive because it's just like
I knew
but it's like that's probably why they jumping down his throat because it sounds like some bullshit.
A lot of them have personal experiences and it's like
it ain't nobody out here that's out here. Even if you watch Snowfall, you seen Mel, a smart ass girl, tried that shit one time. What Mel doing? Gone. That's why I hate to go back to Huey P. Newton and all of them, Huey P. Newton, Fran P. Hampton, but that's why it was a big deal when crack came. Because if crack wasn't that addictive, why did our whole community get addicted to it? If you could just get off crack like that or cocaine, why was our whole community, why all the Colombians was making all this money off of cocaine? If all these people knew, you got testimonials from a lot of musicians and all these people in biopics that told you, they was like, I needed it, I was addicted to it. Wendy Williams said it in her shit. You know what I'm saying? It's people that we think probably some of the smartest people that was addicted to some of this shit. Fucking Rick James, all these people fucking who the fuck was I just thinking at the top on the top of my head? A lot of these people, man, listen to these people's stories, man. I don't know what he talking about, man, but I do believe you can take a drug and not get addicted, but I think your numbers, like you said, would you say probability, the probability of you trying a drug like that once and nothing happens and you're not gonna get addicted is very low. Because that's the problem with the drug. They're very, very addictive. That's the problem with Xanax, and that's the problem with all of those with prescription drugs too. That's the problem with it. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is legal. That's a perfect example. That shit is legal right there. And what you see people do, it's tested, it's regulated, all given to you, not by no nigga on the street. And you get it for your anxiety when they can just give you fucking marijuana. You know what I'm saying? You can get marijuana or you can get a tea or something. But they give you this pill man, I done seen people so addicted to these pills, they stop popping pills, they crush them and they sniff them because they want it in their system that much faster. You know what I'm saying? Right. All types of shit, man.
So the thing is, he's not saying none of this is not addictive. He's saying it don't have to be. And I think
it don't have to be. I don't get. That's the point I don't get.
That's what the conversation is a cultural one, but it's because they feel it comes down to his access to resources. I think he's experienced something we just can't even fathom. So he's coming and talking about it, and it's like, what is you talking about, bro? And I think
that's why I think he's just talking.
I don't think he's just talking, bro. Because
where are you getting different drugs from?
I don't.
What drugs is he talking about? I'm saying
he's talking about heroin and shit and cocaine and shit like that. Okay, so I don't know what I don't think he's lying because you can easily look up what countries distribute heroin legally. I don't know, but I'm saying
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like for him to say it won't be addictive because it's clean because the government made it.
It don't have to be addictive. He didn't say it won't.
Do he not know that was the?
I don't know,
bro. Look, because do you watch Snowfall?
But listen, no.
Okay, wait. Do you watch Snowfall?
No.
Do you not know the whole way all the drugs got in here was manufactured by the motherfucking government? They shipped that shit over.
No, I know that. That don't. Obviously, the government wanted it to ravage the community.
That's my point. That's my point. So what? I don't really get. How can you, if the government is okay and checking this shit over here and telling you to come bring it over here to destroy shit? from the place that it's fucking made in, how is it you getting pure? Where the fuck are you getting it from?
That's why I'm saying, like, listen, I'm not trying to say like this is the way to go.
The cocaine,
I'm trying to fully understand.
That's why I'm telling you, look, I'm just making it easy. The cocaine he talking about that he say is pure and all this, and it's not made with fucked up shit, right? It's the same shit that Frank Lucas had that was 100% pure. It's the same thing that was over here that crackheads was smoking. Crackheads, that's our mom and daddy age. That's the shit they was smoking. They got our neighborhoods ravaged. That strong ass shit. That's why I'm like, what is you talking about?
That's why I'm saying, like, the thing is, and honestly,
not you, but him. When I say, what is you talking about?
So if you honestly do think about it on a realistic scale, like when you brought up like Xanax and shit like that, and like the painkillers people get addicted to, more people take painkillers and aren't addicted. Like them niggas, you usually see rappers and shit doing it because they in their face, but I don't think majority of people that's on them painkillers and shit like that, them prescription drugs, and then there's not more people using it addicted than people using it because they need it.
What you mean addicted?
Taking it for casually for leisure. There's not more people.
That's the problem with that's the issue with the drug. They don't know that they're addicted to it because they're taking it because, for one, the doctor told them it's okay to take it. Two, you could be taking this shit every 6 or every 8 hours and you don't even know that it's making you addictive. And you don't know until it's time for you to get off this shit. And you like, what the fuck? I need this Xanax. I need this fucking perk. You don't know it until it's time to get off. Now you can't go to sleep. You sweating and shit. You having fucking flashes. That was the big problem with that. And that was the big fight with marijuana. They like, bro, you tricking these people basically. They don't even know they're addicted to this shit until it's time you don't know you're addicted to nothing until it's time to get off it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, do you feel like you addicted?
To what? Weed?
Yeah.
No. I need weed. I don't think I'm addicted to weed. Okay, so here's the thing with weed. I deal with so much. I got so many things that go on my mind. Weed is just what helps me. When they be like, you can count to 100. Weed just give me. I don't have to count to 100. It just give me right there like that. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't have to smoke weed because anybody that smoke weed like me, if you go to jail, you can't smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? Any situation, you don't go to jail and you don't start crying because you can't smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm fortunate enough to be able to afford weed to the amount I like to smoke it. You know what I'm saying? And so I never had to deal with like, oh, I don't have weed. Or I never had to experience, you know what I'm saying, it like that. Now I'm gonna sit here and say, you can't have a withdrawal with marijuana because you can. You can have withdrawal with everything. But the thing with weed is weed one, it's not as addictive as a pill. So what happened with weed, this is how people get kind of addicted to weed. So you start smoking weed, right? And it's all fun and shit. And it's like, it's nothing generally wrong with weed. You know what I'm saying? You just smoke weed. But you start to abuse weed is what happened. You know what I'm saying? Now, the difference between that and a Xanax and a perk, you can get addicted to that by not even abusing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you could be doing the doctor's orders, and then you run out your script, and you like, damn, I need some more of that shit. Now you having fucking having all them symptoms I'm talking about. You got addicted to weed because you just kept smoking that shit, G. You know what I'm saying? If you just smoke weed when you wake up and you go to sleep, you're not gonna ever have no addictive symptoms. But if you being like me, you want to smoke nonstop all day, then fucking yeah. You know what I'm saying? But there's no way to really pass off a prescription drug and not be addicted. Like I told you, I took half of one and I sold all that shit, G. I was like, I don't want this. Because I already knew what it could do. I already knew in my head, I was like, I could like this. And I don't want to like this because I seen what it do to people that like this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference. I even had a moment when I was smoking weed when I was a shorty. I was like, I'm going to just stop smoking weed. And I just stopped smoking weed. When I was like...
Is that when I met you? Well, no, you was on papers. But
yeah,
still.
I was on papers. But it was a moment after that when I was smoking heavy. You remember I even came up to NIU when I was smoking. And I had stopped after that. I was smoking all day around that time. I had just stopped. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
My cousin, Ben told me, my big cousin, he was like, you just need to take a break. He was like, you smoking too much. He was like, you just need to take a break. And I was like, all right. And I just stopped smoking. You know what I'm saying? as is like I tell people all the time, I'm like, man, I can always go get a job. Like somebody was like, you can go to school, and I was like, no, I was like, I could, if worst come to worst, I could always just stop smoking and go drive a truck, G. Like that's how much power I know I got like over smoking. You know what I'm saying? But it's really just willpower. I don't even need to say it's addictiveness. I would say it's just willpower because if you don't smoke for 3 days, you generally good. You don't take a motherfucking perk for 3 days, you still might want one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I got man, it's a dude I'm gonna tell you about that. We close with that. You ain't know that had a whole battle with that whole shit. And
I
that
think I know exactly who you're talking about.
that nigga was putting that shit in orange juice and walking around letting it dissolve and just drinking it. Motherfucker put that shit in water, orange juice, pop, anything, put 2-3 of them in there and just walk around and drink that shit. But yeah, I don't think that's the best idea, man. Long story short, because like I said, one, the only caveat you got by one of the caveats you got by being illegal is you can't get caught by having these. And by you being caught by having these, you have no access to them. You going to jail. You know what I'm saying? And at that moment, that's when a lot of people clear up. You know what I'm saying?
But they also could. I don't like especially addicted. I just think.
But
like if you have it, especially if like you're addicted, I think that they just need help. I don't think they need punishment. I think we need to focus more on helping them to not be like that.
That's true too, but that goes with jail. That's the jail's problem though, because they have horrible reforming.
No, yes, it is. But I don't think. But like. Do you think they need a criminal record to where when they get out they can't get a job?
No,
that type of shit.
No, my thing is just this. By me knowing drug addicts, I just know they need to go sit the fuck down somewhere. Is all it is that I know. That's the only reason.
I agree with that, but I don't think they should be punished with a record and in prison with.
Oh no! Like I don't think so. But I'm just saying like that's the only reason why I could say go because that's all we got that I know that sit a motherfucker down. Now if we did have like they like you go to a treatment place. Then hell yeah, I'm all for that too. You know what I'm saying? But if you get caught with illegal drugs, you know what I'm saying? But to have them just that accessible, I'm just sitting here looking at this little kid that his mom ain't got no fucking ropes to dodge to go get crack. And he just like, damn, she finna go to Crack R Us again. Fuck, man.
Well, for one, it wouldn't be like he ain't envisioning it like walking a liquor store and let me just grab this and I'm finna enjoy my day. It's not that. It's just kind of like.
I mean, but he know what it's finna come do to his house.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. A lot of kids don't know their parents smoke weed or cigarettes and shit. Some parents hide it. I mean, that comes down to the person.
That's cigarette
That comes down to the person.
That's cigarette. But that's cigarette. When you, that's the difference.
No. I'm just saying, like, I think decisions come down to however.
That's the difference again. You're not really hiding crack. You can't really hide crack, G.
Well, no. Also, he's, like, he even said, like, people think you got to shoot up heroin. He like, I don't shoot up heroin. I don't put a needle in my arm. You know what I'm saying? I don't sniff cocaine. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, to me, it all boils down to, that's clearly he knows something that we don't. And that's why I say it boils down to a whole different culture. Like, he's definitely not. He didn't grow up in the hood or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? He was just a South suburban, you know what I'm saying, middle class. He a college professor. He can go and do what he want when he wants. So having access to different things, it's like we act like it's absurd because we
only thing I know about ingesting.
So I just can't negate his experience because I never seen.
This is what I'm gonna negate from experience. Okay, the only thing that happens by you ingesting drugs differently is how soon you may achieve your high. Like I just told you, a nigga that didn't swallow a pill sniffed it, so he could get in his. So instead of sniffing, you could pop it. You know, I mean, there's only a certain
drunk faster.
Yeah, exactly. There's only certain ways you can really do these. That's why I'm. Every way that I could think of, you either gonna sniff it, smoke it, or swallow it. All of those ways you're gonna ingest those drugs are gonna give you the same fucking high. That's why, and if you don't believe me, go swallow a bag of crack in front of a police officer and see what they do. They gonna whoop your ass until you throw up because if you swallow it and that pack opens, then you can die. You know what I'm saying? So you clearly can't just swallow this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
a pack. That sounds like a lot.
A pack, you can go have a small ass, not even a gram, you know what I'm saying, of crack. And then they see you swallow anything. The thing is, if any of that shit, as small as 0.5 get in your system, your bloodstream, you can OD like that. You know what I'm saying? And you could fucking die. That's why preserve life. That's why you see people swallow drugs and you see people, the police, choke them and hit them in their stomach to make them throw up and shit, man. That's why you always hear people talking about the police made me throw up or some crazy shit like that, man. I mean, I just seen this shit, bro. Like, that's why I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck he talking about, man. Like,
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna go buy the book. I'm not that thoroughly invested. It was interesting to me, though. You know, I never heard this perspective. It was interesting.
What did Charlamagne them say about it?
Charlamagne, he was just like, I agree that people shouldn't be punished for drug use. And
I agree with that.
Envy was like, no, I'm not advocating my kids to take drugs. And Yee was just understanding like what he was saying. She's like, you know, I get it. I'm kind of like where Yee at. I'm like, I feel like if the problem can't be fixed, it's an alternative. And then it's like, in a perfect world, nobody would be on drugs, and that's just not the case. So I just think that it being regulated is better than it not, since the reality of it is it's not going anywhere. I just think in a utopia, yes, nobody be on drugs, but I just think your everything that we've known and experienced with drugs has came from it being unregulated. So I don't think that if it came down to it somehow being regulated, it'll be worse.
When my mom went to jail, I was happy my mom Dukes went to jail because I knew she was
I get it.
A new person.
But what if there was an option for her to get the shit and
I don't want that option. That's no.
But you don't have a say so though. You don't have a say so over that. So what I'm saying is, say there was an option where she could get the shit and not have to go to jail, nor have you have a broken home. Possibly.
How do you not have a broken home? That's why I don't get.
Because the thing, like I said, I ain't the one trying. I'm not finna test his theory. So what I'm saying is, if he has the knowledge to say that there's a way for people to do these things without it being destructive, then that's what, like, say if that's 100%.
So this nigga saying he got diet crack.
And if you could say it, that's what he's saying. He's saying that there's ways for you to take these drugs without it being destructive. Now, I don't know.
You got the whole black community probably telling. That's why you got the whole black community on his ass like that. Because from experience, I know you don't have no experience, so to you it's just like you thinking logical, but no.
Right. And but that's because
this the thing. This the thing. This the thing. Let me just tell you this. This is the thing. Imagine your dad being an alcoholic, right? Like, right. Imagine like alcohol is completely legal. This is what you saying right here. It's completely legal. He can come home, he can get drunk in his house without going to jail. Now your dad is at home drunk. He not acting like your dad. You already don't like that he drinking. So when he not acting like him, it's only fucking with you and your head. You not at home just okay because your dad is drunk. You in your head like you probably thinking like, I want another dad, or why my dad gotta be like this, or I need my dad to do this. But since it's legal, it ain't shit you could do about it. Versus, or would you want your dad to go to a treatment center for 3 months, or would you even care? You hate that shit so much you would let your dad go to jail for 3 months just so he can come back and he ain't gonna got that shit he ain't drinking no more. Would you rather that? Would you rather that chance of him coming back and he possibly being finished with alcohol and you don't have to do that? Now you got a whole new dad. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference that I'm talking about. Like there's alcohol not even as addictive as crack. You know what I'm saying? This is a completely legal substance, but I'm pretty sure you're not gonna go ahead.
No, yeah. Of course I'm gonna choose to wear whatever option will have him in a better state. But again, he's the thing about it is he also argues that it's not the drug that's causing that, it's the person. So whether the alcohol or the meth or
that's the point,
legal or not, that person using it is going to do whatever they're gonna do, whether it's legal or not. Right. So it's like I said, the solution ain't like this is finna fix the shit. Like I said, it's not to fix it. It's to help.
Did you not listen to what I said when I said most of the times when they stop, what make them stop? They have to hit a brick wall. They don't just wake up and stop doing this.
But we're talking in terms of the drugs that you know now.
No, this alcohol too. You generally do not wake up and just be like a real serious alcoholic.
Alcohol a
Real
little
shit.
different.
It's the same thing. You gotta wean yourself off of it, so you not waking up and you saying I'm gonna just stop because you gotta wean your. So you
Well,
gotta.
yeah, I mean, no, I mean, like if you get physically addicted, you got to be in the hospital. That's what I'm saying. It's
Exactly.
a
You
little
need
different,
help.
a
You
little
need.
bit.
It's the same thing with
Yeah,
crack. This is nigga. You could
yeah.
die. You could die from throwing up from dehydration, throwing up because you motherfucking withdrawn from crack. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You generally need a brick wall. Nobody want to wake up and go through that shit. Nobody. If you watch any of these old shows, if you watch any of these shows out the corner, any of this, gee, it was a big deal for them to go to rehab because they knew what they was finna go deal with. They'll sit there and go smoke crack all night just to go in there because they like, I know this finna be horrible. They're like, man, I'm finna be sick. I'm finna be throwing, and then you gotta get that kind of help. You not finna just be at home and not have that. Even when you watch, what's that shit with Pookie? When they detox Pookie, they locked him up in a fucking room and they had him right there with him on New Jack City. They had Wesley Snipes right there with him. You don't just wake up and you just be like, yeah, you know, I'm done. It's generally you need a hard push to get off of these drugs. You know, that's why if you listen to
So
any
what?
of these niggas biopics that deal with any of this shit, when you what that they always say, I went to jail and I changed my life.
Yeah,
You don't just wake up off crack. You don't just be like, man, crack is destroying me. I'ma
yeah,
stop. You don't do that.
yeah.
It
I
just
know.
don't happen. It generally
So,
have to have something happen.
so what about people that use the shit recreationally and aren't in that predicament? Like,
I don't. That's the thing. That's what I'm
that,
saying. I don't know who he talking about because I don't know nobody that recreationally use crack. I don't know
I'm
nobody that
not talking about crack
recreationally.
because I
No, I'm
don't
finna
even
say I
think
was
he's
finna finish.
advocating
I was
crack.
finna finish. I don't know nobody that recreationally use heroin. I don't know nobody that you really
Right?
can't
You don't because
recreationally
they
use
exist.
heroin.
Because
The
you
only one, the
they
only
exist,
one you
but
could
they can't be
possibly,
telling people all the
the
time.
only one you could possibly can possibly recreationally use is cocaine. That's the only one. Heroin is so fucking strong. That's why if you get caught with heroin, the charge is way worse than any other
No,
drug.
yeah,
Cause
but
it's matter of fact, if you could get charged with murdering somebody for selling somebody heroin, G, because it's that addictive and it
right,
kills
but
that.
he said he used it more than once and he fine. And a guy called in, like, because when he said it, they was like, y'all call in and tell us if y'all know anybody to do it. He was like, dude, yeah, I use heroin. He was like, what? You know, he was like, yeah, man, I use heroin. And he said he go to work every day. He perfectly fine, all that shit, you know. And it's just, so I'm saying, like, those people exist. They
The
just can't
variable with those
of course
people
he was
is
anonymous. They can't overtly just be like, y'all trying to do this heroin with me today? They
no.
can't do that.
The variable with
So
those
they
people is this.
exist.
The variable with those people is this. Pretty soon, when you see all these zombies and shit, that comes from years of use. When you don't just like you can go use meth for like 2 months straight and you won't know a nigga use meth. It takes time for you to start to decay and you to start to
True.
fuck up. So these people talking about, oh, I do it. These niggas probably only been doing this shit 6 months. Go do that shit for 3 years and it's not gonna be the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Probably. Yeah.
There ain't no probably. That's why the charge is so high for that shit. For when you
Well,
get
yeah, I'm
caught with
like,
heroin.
yeah,
Heroin
well,
is the most addictive thing out there.
yeah.
Heroin is there's no you definitely not finna just be I'm just doing hair like man you need to go talk to some crackheads, bro. Real
Bro,
talk.
listen, this isn't me saying that everything you're
No,
saying is
cause
not
no,
true.
it's like I'm trying to tell
I'm not,
you just need to talk to crackheads, bro. Cause
bro, I
I
don't have to
generally
talk to a crackhead. I've spoken to a crack.
no.
I'm not saying
Have
like
you had
I've
a
never, I
conversation
said you
like that
had
with
more
crackheads?
experience with
I'm saying
drug
if you
users.
talk to them, like I know you're trying to be logical, but I'm sitting here telling you like that shit is not it. That is not it. That's why everybody. That's not it. I mean I get not going to jail. I agree with that, but sitting here saying put it in the store, like no, bro.
I'm not, listen,
That's OC as hell.
I'm not advocating nobody to try it. I'm not saying that y'all need to try to get on safer drugs. I'm not saying that shit ain't fuck up hella families and people.
There's no safer drug. That's what I'm
I
saying.
said I said like I'm not even like I don't even recommend people smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean by safer. Like motherfuckers be like I do shrooms and weed. That's it. It's like some people think you crazy for doing weed and shrooms too. So it's just like I'm just saying like I'm not saying like yes, let's try to figure out a way so people could get their heroin and not die. I'm just saying that I don't understand what the fuck he's experienced, but I'm not gonna act like it's bullshit just because I never personally witnessed it because he's very credible according to his peers. he's very credible, and he's done his homework for what he's doing. And it was interesting. It was interesting. That's all. I'm not sitting here like, yeah, he know what he talking about, and this is what we need to do. I'm not saying that. I just think it was interesting, and I kind of understood it, and I can't base my experience as the end all be all. I don't do that with anything. I don't act like what I know just in my days is the end all be all unless it's proven, because if he can prove otherwise, that means there is another way that things can go. So that's I'm not advocating drug guys.
Well, all my people that know what I'm talking about, y'all know that's some bullshit, bro. But I don't know who dude is. I don't know, bro. I mean, it's interesting that he thinks that, but I don't know. That shit mind-boggling to me, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, G. I'm not gonna lie to you at all. I'm not faulting you or nothing like that, but man, like that shit is crazy, yo. But yeah, man, that's about it. Cause we just said I didn't spend so much time on that. Hell yeah, we've been on here for like 2 hours, almost. But yeah, that's about it, man. I don't have a dad joke this week. Plus it's getting late. So it's your boy Steph.
And this Logic. Speak to what you know, be open to what you don't. And remember, nothing applies to everyone but life and death. This is Culture Conversations. Be safe.
Purchase your tracks today.